Oh my gosh. The House passes and approves another $95 billion foreign aid package to wars overseas. Let's get into it because this don't sound good for the American people.
Tonight, with the Speaker's job on the line, the House passing a massive $95 billion foreign aid package with long-sought assistance for Israel and Ukraine. Inside the package of 4 bills, $60 billion in aid for Ukraine, $26 billion to Israel, and
Jesus
aid
Christ.
for Taiwan.
You seen how your politicians was clapping? They was clapping the American demise. Yes, that's what they was clapping for. Ooh, yes. Americans are going to be poor forever. Yes, we got their money. Yes, we're going to keep collecting their checks every time. Giving them poorer and poorer and poorer. No roads being built. Nothing, no infrastructure. No Medicaid, no none of that. Yes, you know who's going to get it? Israel, Ukraine, and other foreign countries. That's who's going to get the American taxpayer dollars. Look at this. $60.8 billion to Ukraine. $26.4 billion to Israel. $8.1 billion to Indo-Pacific security. Oh, man, what is going on here? America's in decline, and foreign countries is inclining up. Oh, man.
Legislation to force a sale of TikTok from its Chinese parent company also included. A major gamble by Speaker Mike Johnson, who's held up the aid for months and needed Democrats to get the legislation over the finish line, angering Republican hardliners.
Mike Johnson is a lame duck.
Are you ever going to bring
He's done. He's done.
You do the right thing and you let the chips fall where they may.
Do you believe you will still be the Speaker come November?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, without question.
Yes.
2 other Republicans now joining Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene's movement to boot Johnson from his speakership. Hardliners claiming Johnson betrayed them by not focusing on border security, despite Republicans rejecting a bipartisan.
You heard that? Sending all that money overseas and not focusing on the internal problems facing America. Starting with this border crisis. Nah. We ain't gonna focus on border crisis. We ain't gonna focus on these millions. We talking about millions, tens of millions, 5 of millions of illegal undocumented aliens in this country, creating havoc and chaos in America. No, we're not gonna focus on that. We're gonna focus on Ukraine and Russia, and we're gonna focus on Iran and Israel. That's what we're gonna focus on. Yes. Get rid of the House Speaker, please. Immediately put him in cuffs because he's going against the American people. He needs to be in cuffs. Them boys in blue need to go slap them cuffs on him and throw his ass. You know what this should be called? Betrayal. There should be a crime called betrayal of the American people. Yes. And anytime a politician betrays the American people, lock him up.
Partisan border bill from the Senate after bowing to pressure from former President Trump.
What we're worried about is the signal we're sending to Americans, and to send $100 billion overseas without reinforcing our own borders.
And Democrats now signaling they're open to backing the embattled speaker.
Of course,
if
the
Green
Democrats
makes
is
good
open
on her
up to
threat
that.
to call a vote for
Bunch
his
of
removal.
crooked, no good
I
people.
commended, by name, traditional conservatives led by Speaker Mike Johnson for doing the right thing.
Even former Speaker Nancy Pelosi telling me she's pleased with Johnson's push for Ukraine.
Nancy Pelosi is pleased with Speaker Johnson's push. Y'all can't see the wickedness in this? The wicked, and out of all people, Nancy Pelosi, the most crooked of all? Come on, man. Y'all can't see the games they running around the American people? Yes. They over here laundering money to foreign countries and from the foreign countries back into their pockets with American taxpayer dollars. You funding this.
Aid.
Do you think you can trust the Speaker?
Well, so far it looks that way.
Overnight, Ukraine launching drone strikes against Russia, state officials say, in an attack that appeared to target the country's power grid. The last time the House approved standalone aid for Ukraine was December 2022, when Democrats still controlled the chamber. Late today, Ukraine's president thanking the House. saying the country's soldiers and citizens, quote, suffering from Russian terror will feel it.
Cat.
With Majority Leader Chuck Schumer saying tonight the Senate will return early from its Passover break and start to take up this package of legislation starting Tuesday. It is expected to pass in that chamber and then head to the president's desk. Whit.
All right, Jay, and while we have you here, inside...
Straight foolishness. American people, take back your country. Vote right and vote these crooked crocodiles, these predators that's preying on the American people, that's preying on the American people tax dollar out of office. And you know what? We're going to keep it as that. But before y'all go, y'all want to stay tuned for this next episode, because this episode right here is crazy. Inflation is on our all-time high. You can't afford food. You can't afford rent. You can't afford electricity. You might want to stay tuned for this.
Israel Vice President Sharon Knopfelman and the host of Stacklebeck Tonight, Middle East analyst Eric Stacklebeck. Thank you both for coming on. I want to play a little sound. I'll go to you first, Sharon, because I want to hear what's happening up at Berkeley and what you're experiencing. But here's some sound of some college students around the country. Watch.
Engaging in genocide, violating the rights of the Palestinians.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Oh, no. I don't think college students supposed to be doing that. Nah, not in America. College students? All this anti-Israel protest? Nah, it seems like a virus is spreading.
Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free!
What's happening, Sharon?
Hold on. Let me go back real quick. Do those look like college students to you? I don't know. Maybe they don't look like college students to me. That to me look like a mob. Yeah, this is a mob style protest. This don't look like this grown ass man right here. No, these ain't college students. Can't be.
What's happening, Sharon, at Berkeley, and are you concerned for the safety of your fellow students?
Well, I think today America has a choice to make. It will either allow the fostering of an environment on our campuses that's akin to Nazi Germany in the late 1930s, or it will reflect that it's learned from history and will never allow it to repeat itself again. I think what's most upsetting is the apathy we're seeing from our administrations across America's most prestigious universities. Yep. Now more than ever, as Jewish students are being targeted, we're being physically assaulted. I witnessed my friend getting spat at, called a dirty Jew. I saw a girl get violently strangled at one of our events this past February that we held on campus, to the point where they shattered the windows of that hall. I think the United States has a decision to make about whether or not it's going to be on the right side of history. And first and foremost, that starts at our most elite, prestigious institutions here.
Yep. And I think you're exactly right. Eric Stacklebeck, to you, because you talk about some of the politicians propagating this. I want to play some more sound because it's instructive of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez praising the Columbia protesters.
It is especially important that we remember the power of young people shaping this country.
AOC, shut your mouth, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you again. AOC, shut your mouth. We tired of that mouth. Always open, chit-chatting. Chit-chatting evilness. And deceiving the American people. We tired of this. Damn. Somebody get her out of Washington and slap her in cuffs and throw her away the keys, please. Every time she opened her mouth, it's evilness, corruption.
Country today of all days, as we once again witness the leadership of those peaceful student-led protests on campuses like Columbia, Yale.
So she's saying those protests were peaceful. So if they were so peaceful, why were people getting arrested? Why was police out there and people was getting arrested if it was so peaceful? That don't make sense. AOC. Lord have mercy, look at her, reading off of a script. Reading these lies to the American people off of a script. Because she don't even know what to say. She's not a free thinker. No, she's a paper reader.
Berkeley, and many others.
Do you think, Eric, that she's trying to stir things up or just doesn't really get it?
She's trying to
I
stir
think
things
she's
up.
trying to stir things up, and whether she knows it or not, Trace, she is an accessory to evil. I don't say that lightly.
Oh, sir, I couldn't agree any more with those terms. She is an accessory to murder. Sorry, not murder. Let's correct this. She is an accessory to evil, to wickedness, to deceitfulness, to the devil. Yes.
What we're seeing unfold on these college campuses is pure evil. There's really no gray areas here. And listening to Sharon, my blood...
So, excuse me, I don't mean to keep pausing it in and out, but I want to tell y'all something. Y'all remember when it was COVID and AOC told y'all to put y'all mask on y'all face and suffocate yourself, because you couldn't breathe right in the mask and suffocate yourself, right? Y'all remember that? Then she flew down to Florida, because Florida was an open state. Oh, yeah. We love our freedom down here in Florida. Good old state of Florida. We love our freedom. She flew down here to Florida in Miami, and she was seen without a mask, walking around without a mask. But up in New York, she was telling y'all to keep that mask on your face. You see the wickedness? You see the deceitfulness? You see that? That's good old AOC for you.
Blood is boiling. It's 2024. We are seeing scenes reminiscent of 1933 Germany. That is not an exaggeration. In terms of being peaceful, what? Peaceful like the protest, the largely peaceful protest of July 2020, August 2020? I don't think so. Does anyone doubt that if these pro-Hamas, that's what they are, pro-Hamas terrorist sympathizers were able to get their hands on a Jewish student, they would do bodily harm? And by the way, Trace, it starts with the Jewish people. It never ends with the Jewish people. Look, they were also burning American flags at some of these protests in New York City. And as a Christian, I won't remain silent on this. I'm going to make my voice heard, and millions of Christians around the world will now, unlike...
That's right. I keep telling y'all. You see American people, you tied into this wickedness a little bit too. Because you be turning the other cheek. Yeah, not voicing your opinions. No, it's time to stand on business. Stand on business. Handle yourself. Don't turn the other cheek and let them drill you in the cheek. No. Face straight, face solid, and go about these problems straight.
Sadly, in the 1930s.
I think that's right. Here's a Columbia student, and I wonder if you agree with her. Watch her, Sharon, and I'll get your take.
We've been calling this out for 6 months now. We know that these are anti-Semites using anti-Semitic
Since the October 7th attack.
Since the October 7th attack. Since the first set of protests on October 12th. And now we see what happens when you don't shut down anti-Semitic rhetoric and you allow these people to feel entitled.
I mean, Alicia is right. They feel entitled. What do you think, Sharon?
Well, I think we need to ask who is sponsoring these organizations? Who's allowing student organizations such as SJP to feel so comfortable to be able to hold our campuses hostage to their violent, anti-Semitic, anti-American rhetoric, and to go so far as to spread this ideology across the United States? And I think, as Eric mentioned, this is a symptom of something greater. I think what's happening is that our American values, our morals as a country are being attacked and infiltrated with pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist sympathizers. And if universities such as UC Berkeley and Columbia don't act now, we are going to be...
Damn, that's crazy that America has pro-terrorist synthesizers. They feel pity for the terrorists. They feel pity for Hamas. Oh my gosh, no. No, don't bomb the terrorists. Don't bomb them. No. Don't kill the terrorists. Let the terrorists live. Let the terrorists be. They don't do nothing to us. They don't do nothing to us, American people. Why can't we just let the terrorists live? These pro-terrorist synthesizers, they gotta go. Lock them up too. They gotta go. What's going on with America? Weak. We becoming weak, just weakly. A bunch of weaklings just walking around. The world doesn't even take us serious anymore. Jesus Christ. Grow some balls on you, America. Grow some strength, some courage on you. What happened to the good old America? Oh, man. America going out sad. It's going out sad.
In grave trouble.
Yeah, I got to go, Eric, but I just need 10 seconds for you to wrap us up here.
We need to shine a light in this darkness, Trace. These are not peaceful protesters. When they were cheering the Iranian attack on Israel last weekend, let's call it for what it is. We don't have to accept this. Not in 2024.
That's right. And we're going to end it like that. These sympathizers, they got to go. No. Let them burn the American flag down. Let them burn it. It's not affecting us. Just let them burn the American flag down. Soft and weak. And it's going to be the softness and weakness of America that leads to our downfall. And I'm going to end it like that. I love y'all. I thank y'all for tuning into this great old episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Just send us in through the algorithm. I love y'all. Deuces and salute.